Welcome to the Economist in Your Ear podcast. Today, we're exploring a really fascinating transformation happening in commerce. It's all about how celebrities are moving beyond just, endorsing products. They're becoming serious business moguls, building actual empires. Think Kim Kardashian, Skims, Ryan Reynolds with Mint Mobile and Wrexham, or Hailey Bieber's Rode. We want to get past the headlines, though. Look at the complexities, the maybe tougher realities of this new age of the celebrity brand.
Exactly. We'll be looking at a recent piece from The Economist on this topic. It's a good starting point, but we're planning to bring in some extra data, maybe a slightly different angle, challenge a few assumptions, maybe fill in some gaps. The idea is to give you a fuller picture of what's really going on with these ventures, the successes and the struggles. We're aiming for, a bit more nuanced thought here, not just a summary.
Okay, great. So let's start with what the Economist article really nails, the core point.
Yeah.
Stars are using their fame to build successful businesses, and yeah, it's making a lot of them a lot of money. It rightly points out this is different from the past. It's not just Jane Birkin and Hermes or Michael Jordan and Nike anymore. Great partnership, sure, but different. Now you've got A-listers launching their own companies, and it's happening fast. In America, something like 3/5 of celebrity retail brands started just in the 6 years before 2023. You see names like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emma Watson, David Beckham, all getting in on it. And Hailey Bieber's Rode that recent deal, valuing it potentially up to $1 billion. That's huge for such a young brand.
Yeah, it really underscores the speed. And what's enabled this, as the article points out, is the massive shift in the media landscape. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, these platforms let stars just, go around the old gatekeepers, TV networks, magazines, the big ad agencies. They don't hold all the power anymore.
Right, it's direct. Direct communication, direct selling. Kim Kardashian has, over 350 million Instagram followers? And she talks about Skims all the time. There was that launch metrics data showing Skims generated something like $600 million in media impact value last year, which is, 8 times more than Spanx? That's incredible reach.
And it's not just awareness, it's sales too. They can sell straight to you. No need for big retailers necessarily, or physical stores right away. Tools like Shopify make setting up an online shop pretty straightforward. And platforms like TikTok now let you buy things right there in the app. So direct to consumer, B2C, it's a big slice of e-commerce now, maybe a 7th globally. And for these celebrity brands starting out, it can be pretty much all their revenue initially.
So that path, fame to business fortune, it looks clearer, more direct. Look at Ryan Reynolds. His stake in Mint Mobile. T-Mobile buys it for $1.35 billion. That's like a 10-fold return in 5 years. A 10-bagger.
Incredible return.
And Wrexham buys the club for £2 million. Now it's maybe worth, 350, 475 million.
Yeah, thanks to the team doing well and that hit documentary.
These are proper business wins, not just side gigs. Okay, but here's where we dig a bit deeper. Maybe add some layers the article kind of breezes past. Because while The Economist talks about the boom, it's maybe not always quite so simple.
Right. There are definitely some nuances, some challenges that often get glossed over. It raises a key question for me. Is that celebrity reach really cheaper in the end? The article mentions bypassing gatekeepers, which is true initially, but that advantage, it's shrinking fast. Think about the changes like iOS privacy updates or how much TikTok ads cost now. Paid media costs, the CPMs, they've basically doubled since 2021.
Doubled, wow.
Yeah, so even if you're verified, you got millions of followers, getting new customers costs more. So Skims, even with Kim's massive reach, they're still buying Google ads, just like any other D2C brand. That free attention moat isn't as deep as it used to be.
Okay, so it's not just about having a famous face anymore. You need real business discipline and a marketing budget.
Exactly. And that's another point the article doesn't really get into much. Success really depends on operational excellence, not just a good story. Skims going for an IPO. That means serious scrutiny. Sarbanes-Oxley compliance, quarterly reports on margins.
Right, that's the big leagues.
And they were smart. Kardashian hired Robert Norton, a veteran from Nike, to handle the supply chain, getting return rates below 6%. That's crucial for profit in clothing. Or look at Rode, Hailey Bieber's brand. They outsource R&D to a specialist Korean manufacturer. That helps keep their gross margins really high, maybe over 72%.
So the glamour needs the boring stuff to actually work long term.
Precisely. Charisma opens the door, but solid operations keep it open.
And we know not every brand makes it right. The article mentions Jessica Alba's Honest Company lost a huge chunk of its value since the IPO. So failure is definitely part of the story too.
Absolutely. And when you look at the exits, selling the company or going public, it's very bimodal. Two extremes. You have Skims, aiming for maybe a $6 to $8 billion valuation, or Mint Mobile's big sale. Huge wins. But then you have others, like Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. It's had to downsize, close stores, lay off staff. That came after backlash over some health claims.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Honest Company is trading below its cash value now. That's not a great sign. The average selling price for venture-backed beauty brands compared to their sales, it's dropped sharply from 6 times sales in 2021 to maybe 2 times by 2025.
Ouch.
So there's this survivorship bias. We hear about the winners, but it makes the whole sector look healthier than the mixed reality. Fame makes the failures very public, too.
Okay, what about things from the outside? Regulations. The article didn't really go there.
Yeah.
Is that becoming a bigger deal?
Oh, definitely. That's a really significant factor that was missing. What we call the platform tax is coming. Regulators are watching closely. The FTC in the U.S., for instance, tightened its rules in March. If an influencer, even the founder, doesn't disclose a paid post properly, they risk huge fines, 6 figures.
Wow. So even promoting your own stuff needs careful handling.
Exactly. And in the EU, there are new digital services rules coming. They might even classify a founder who links products directly from their account as an online platform.
Like a tech company.
Potentially, yeah. Which brings a whole new level of compliance, headaches, and costs, all the spending on legal stuff, on managing disclosures. It eats into those D2C margins that made these brands look so good in the first place.
And one last thing. Does the fame travel? Does a U.S. celebrity's brand automatically work everywhere else?
Good question. Not necessarily. Global fame doesn't always mean the product fits culturally everywhere. Skims does well in the Middle East, right?
Yeah.
About 18% of revenue. Modesty wear and shapewear overlap nicely there.
Okay, interesting fit.
But it hasn't had the same success in China. You've got tons of local competitors flooding platforms like Douyin with really cheap alternatives.
Tough market.
Very. Or Ryan Reynolds again. The Wrexham documentary is huge on Disney Plus in places like the US and UK. But in Brazil, probably not so much. Football culture is different. Local stars dominate.
Right.
So that celebrity equity, it doesn't travel evenly. You need smart, localized strategies.
So putting this all together, what's the future look like? It feels like we're moving into a different phase, more serious.
Precisely. These celebrity brands are entering a second act, a more mature phase. The playbook is definitely changing. It started with endorsements, then simple B2C launches. Now it's about serious exits, IPOs, selling to bigger companies, and even strategic acquisitions, building bigger brand portfolios. It's getting much more institutionalized.
And the cost of fame itself has changed, hasn't it? It's not just free social media juice anymore.
No, not at all. It's evolved so much. From TV ads to free organic reach on social to now needing significant spend on paid ads because costs are up. And adding that layer of regulatory compliance costs. So the main risk has shifted too. It used to be getting shelf space.
Yeah.
Then managing online logistics. Now it's capital market scrutiny. How do investors, regulators view the actual business, the numbers, the governance?
So who wins in this new era? Who's set up for long-term success?
I think the winners will be the operations that really institutionalize stardom. The ones that combine that celebrity buzz, that media engine with the boring but essential stuff. Efficient inventory, solid governance, smart distribution across different channels. Think less talent agency, more like a venture builder.
Okay.
The losers. They'll find out that having millions of followers is great, but it's a wasting asset if the business underneath isn't solid, especially after investors can sell their shares.
Right, when the initial hype fades.
Exactly. Look at Skims again. It's not called Kim Kardashian wear, is it? That's likely deliberate. Aiming for the brand to last beyond Kim's peak fame, like Air Jordan or Beats headphones did. They became their own thing.
So, The Economist was right about the age of the celebrity brand. But maybe the bigger story now is how fast it's professionalizing. It's turning into serious enterprise.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. What we've really talked about is that, yes, celebrity power is a huge advantage for opening doors, for growth, but staying power, that comes down to disciplined operations, smart partnerships, and navigating this increasingly complex landscape of rules and competition. It's way beyond just having a famous name.
Absolutely. The next big celebrity founder won't just need, a tea bag and an iPhone, as the saying goes. They'll need like an SEC-ready finance department, a bulletproof supply chain, and a solid plan for when the algorithms change or the buzz dies down. Proof of profit, basically. Which leaves us with something for you, the listener, to think about. As this age of the celebrity brand morphs into the age of the celebrity enterprise, where fame is just the starting point, how do we as consumers figure out what's real value versus just fleeting hype? What's the unseen machinery, the behind-the-scenes discipline? That will really define success in this space going forward.